Have you ever looked around and felt like something is missing? Not money, not friends, not entertainment, something deeper. Many modern men wake up every morning feeling tired, even after sleeping. They smile in public, but feel empty inside. They scroll for hours, but still feel disconnected from life. And the strange part is, most men never talk about it. Welcome to today's podcast. Today, we will explore the hidden psychology behind why modern men feel lost in today's world. This episode is not about blaming society. It is not about blaming women. And it is not about creating negativity. This is about understanding the modern male mind. So relax, take a deep breath, and let's begin. Part 1. The silent pressure men carry. From a young age, boys learn one dangerous lesson. Be strong. At first, this sounds positive. Strength is important, but many boys slowly begin to misunderstand strength. They think strength means never crying, never showing fear, never asking for help, and never expressing emotions. So they grow up hiding everything inside. A young boy falls down and cries. Someone says, "Stop crying. Be a man." A teenage boy feels heartbroken. Someone says, "Move on. Men don't cry." A man feels anxious or depressed. Society says, "Stay strong." And little by little, men become emotionally silent. Not because they want to, but because they were trained to be. The problem is, emotions do not disappear when ignored. They stay inside the mind. Over time, stress becomes anger. Sadness becomes silence. Loneliness becomes emotional numbness. Many modern men are not emotionally healthy. They are emotionally disconnected. And the scary part is, sometimes even they do not realize it. Part 2. The loneliness nobody talks about. Modern life is strange. We are more connected online than ever before. But emotionally, many people have never felt more alone. Especially men. Years ago, friendships were different. Men spent more time together in real life. They worked together, played sports together, talked face to face. But modern life changed everything. Now many men work alone, eat alone, watch content alone, and struggle alone. Social media created the illusion of connection. But liking a photo is not true friendship. Watching stories is not emotional connection. And many men slowly begin losing deep relationships. Some men have hundreds of followers online. But nobody they can call at 2 a.m. That is real loneliness. And loneliness changes the human mind. Studies show loneliness increases stress, anxiety, depression, and feelings of hopelessness. But many men never say, "I feel lonely." Instead they say, "I'm just tired." Or, "I'm busy." Or, "It is what it is." Because talking about loneliness feels uncomfortable. So they stay silent. Again. Part 3. Social media and the comparison trap. Every day, modern men open social media and see rich influencers, perfect bodies, luxury lifestyles, expensive cars, successful entrepreneurs, and people showing perfect lives. After watching this for years, many men begin feeling behind in life. They compare themselves constantly. At age 20, they feel late. At age 25, they panic. At age 30, they feel like failures. Even when they are doing okay. Why? Because comparison destroys peace. Social media only shows highlights. Nobody posts loneliness, fear, insecurity, sleepless nights, or emotional pain. People post success. And when men consume this content every day, their brains begin believing, everyone is winning except me. This creates pressure. Pressure to become rich quickly, look perfect, become successful early, and constantly prove value. Many men are exhausted not because life is impossible, but because comparison never ends. Part 4. The loss of purpose. One of the biggest reasons modern men feel lost is lack of purpose. Human beings need meaning. Without meaning, life feels empty. Years ago, life was simpler. People had clearer roles, clearer responsibilities, clearer direction. But modern life created endless choices. And endless choices can create confusion. Many men today ask themselves, what should I do with my life? What career should I choose? What kind of man should I become? What actually matters? And when nobody gives answers, people drift through life. Wake up, work, scroll, sleep, repeat. Days become months, months become years, and one day they suddenly realize they are surviving, not living. Purpose gives energy to life. Without purpose, even small problems feel heavy. A man with purpose can suffer and continue. A man without purpose feels broken by small difficulties. That is why many modern men feel mentally exhausted. Not because they are weak, but because they are directionless. Part 5. The fear of failure. Many men secretly live with constant fear. Fear of failure. Failure in career. Failure in relationships. Failure in money. Failure in life. Society often judges men based on success. So many men feel valuable only when they achieve something. If they are rich, respected, confident, successful, people admire them. But when men struggle, many feel invisible. This creates deep internal pressure. Some men work endlessly because they love success. Others work endlessly because they fear being seen as failures. There is a difference. Modern men often feel they must earn respect constantly. And this pressure becomes mentally exhausting. Some men stop trying completely. Not because they are lazy, but because they are afraid to fail publicly. So instead of risking failure, they stay stuck and slowly lose confidence in themselves. Part 6. Why many men struggle to express emotions. Many women say, men never communicate. But the truth is more complicated. Many men want to express emotions. They simply never learned how. Emotional intelligence is a skill. And many boys grow up without emotional guidance. Nobody teaches them how to process sadness, how to communicate fear, how to explain emotional pain. So when difficult emotions appear, many men shut down emotionally. Not because they do not care, but because they feel overwhelmed internally. Sometimes silence is not lack of emotion. Sometimes silence is emotional confusion. And unfortunately, modern relationships often suffer because of this. People misunderstand each other. One person wants emotional conversation. The other person struggles to explain feelings. This creates distance, and many men slowly feel emotionally misunderstood. Part 7. The addiction to distraction. Modern life offers endless distraction. Short videos, games, scrolling, entertainment, notifications. Whenever men feel uncomfortable emotions, distraction is available instantly. Feeling lonely? Open your phone. Feeling anxious? Watch videos. Feeling lost? Scroll for hours. Temporary distraction feels good, but eventually the mind becomes overstimulated. And overstimulation damages focus, motivation, and emotional stability. Many modern men are not physically tired. They are mentally overloaded. Too much information, too much noise, too little silence. The brain never truly rests. And when the mind constantly consumes stimulation, real life begins feeling boring. Simple things lose meaning, patience disappears, focus weakens, motivation drops. This is why many people struggle to stay disciplined today. Not because humans became weaker, but because distraction became stronger. Part 7. The addiction to distraction. Modern life offers endless distraction. Short videos, games, scrolling, entertainment, notifications. Whenever men feel uncomfortable emotions, distraction is available instantly. Feeling lonely? Open your phone. Feeling anxious? Watch videos. Feeling lost? Scroll for hours. Temporary distraction feels good, but eventually the mind becomes overstimulated. And overstimulation damages focus, motivation, and emotional stability. Many modern men are not physically tired. They are mentally overloaded. Too much information, too much noise, too little silence. The brain never truly rests. And when the mind constantly consumes stimulation, real life begins feeling boring. Simple things lose meaning, patience disappears, focus weakens, motivation drops. This is why many people struggle to stay disciplined today. Not because humans became weaker, but because distraction became stronger. Part 8. The hidden desire for peace. Deep inside, most men are not chasing luxury. They are chasing peace. Peace of mind, peace in relationships, peace in life. But modern culture constantly teaches men to chase more money, more status, more attention, more validation. And the chase never ends. Many men spend years trying to impress others, without asking themselves, what actually makes me happy? Sometimes true happiness is simple. Meaningful friendships, emotional stability, good health, purpose, quiet confidence, and inner peace. But modern society rarely promotes peace. Because peaceful people buy less, compare less, and seek less validation. So many men spend years chasing an image of success, while internally feeling empty. Part 9. Healing begins with self-awareness. The first step toward change is awareness. A man cannot improve a life he refuses to examine. Many men avoid self-reflection because it feels uncomfortable. But honesty is powerful. Sometimes a man must sit alone and ask, why do I feel unhappy? What am I running from? What kind of life do I truly want? What habits are destroying my peace? These questions matter, because awareness creates direction, and direction creates hope. Healing does not happen overnight. Confidence does not magically appear. Purpose is not discovered instantly. But slowly, small changes create transformation. Reading more, sleeping better, spending less time online, exercising, building discipline, learning emotional communication, choosing meaningful friendships. Small actions change identity over time. And eventually, a lost man can rebuild himself. Part 10. What true strength really means. Modern society often misunderstands masculinity. True strength is not emotional suppression. True strength is emotional control. There is a difference. A strong man can stay calm under pressure, express emotions honestly, protect others, remain disciplined, and continue moving forward during hardship. Strength is not pretending to feel nothing. Strength is feeling pain, and still choosing growth. And maybe that is what many modern men truly need. Not endless motivation, not fake confidence, not social media perfection, but deeper self-understanding. Because a man who understands himself becomes emotionally stronger. And emotionally strong men do not need to constantly prove themselves. If you listened until the end of this podcast, thank you. The modern world is noisy, fast, distracting, and many people are silently struggling inside. But feeling lost does not mean life is over. Sometimes feeling lost is the beginning of self-discovery. Sometimes confusion is the first step toward clarity. And sometimes silence hides a person who is trying very hard to heal. Take care of your mind. Protect your peace. And remember, growth takes time. Thank you for listening to this episode of Learn English Through Podcast. And we will meet again in the next episode.